Right, okay, so Ash from my band the other day pulled up in his van and he was listening to something. I heard a second of it and I said, is that the band Camino? And he said, yes. So, this is a band that I heard about maybe a couple of years ago, also from another drummer called Mitch. And they're kind of like a mixture between a rock band and the 1975. But kind of the key thing that I feel like the 1975 made popular was this 80s guitar sound. So this is basically, I was playing the tune Daphne Blue in the intro there. Give it a listen if you want. But I wanted to break down this tone. For the clean parts, I was using a Strat, but right now I've got the Les Paul out. So the clean settings go as follows. I'm using the Rochester comp with the gain 15 plus dB, the threshold at -29, the ratio at 5.5 to 1, and the attack super low as you can go, and the release as low as you can go, and then the knee at 5.9. So what you should get if you turn this off, basically it shouldn't give us too much of a level boost. If anything, it's cutting off the top end. So that everything's fairly even and produced sounding, you know, like the 80s thing. Then I'm going into a chorus block. This should be mono because I'm going before the amp. Speed at 2.5, depth at 5.4, pre-delay at 3.2, triangle wave, tone at 5, mix at 50%, level at 0. Now the band Camino actually do use Helixes live, so it may even be possible to get way closer than this if you knew someone in the band or something like that, but I don't. Anyway, then I'm using the Placated Dirty for all of this. Recording wise, they actually use a Bogner Ecstasy and a Rockman, but we don't have a Bogner Ecstasy in the Helix, so I thought something relatively close-ish, Marshall flavoured, but boutique Marshall, the Friedman BEOD. For the clean, I've got the drive coming all the way down to 0.9, bass is at 7.4, mids at 3.9, treble at 8, presence at 7.7, channel volume at 8.2, and the other settings are a default. You could experiment with messing around with those a bit if you wanted to, but it's not tons of gain for the driven tones, but I'll get to that in a second. But for the clean tones, this is a bit of a compromise. Ideally, you might want something like, even this might be a bit more. Right, then I'm going into the 4x12 Cali V30 with the ribbon mic, 1 inch away, low cut at 81, high cut off. This is kind of key because otherwise it gets a little bit dark for this tone with Les Pauls, humbuckers, whatever I'm trying to say. The reflection's 37. And then we're going into the 70s chorus. This is the Boss CE1, the chorus rate at 1.7 on chorus mode. Then classic stereo so that we get chucked across the stereo field. The headroom I've moved all the way up to +12 so we don't get any clipping from that. And then dual delay settings for the cleans. I've got crotchet and crotchet triplet, 57 feedback, 56, the mix at 22%. And I've got the chorus here on, the depth at 7%, speed at 5.4. So that's kind of the clean tone that you heard in the intro. But with a clean tone, it will be kind of warm, analog sounding at the same time. But quite produced as well. So then for my drive tone, what I'm doing is going into the Placator Dirty, and all the settings remain the same except the drive comes up to 7.4. So that's without the chorus and delay, which is how they play it live. But if you had the chorus and delay on as well, chorus rate I've got at 1.8. And the delay, I take the feedback down to about 31%, 41%, and the mix way down to 13, so it's kind of like a little bit of ambience, but it's not kind of super amount of delay. So that's pretty cool. Then for the lead tone in the middle here, I turn the Rochester compressor on and I bring the feedback up to 61%, 59%, and the mix up to 27%. Turn off the modulation though, so you get this kind of. But I think that's a really good starting point for 80s tones if you're into that sort of thing and this is what you're looking for, so that's. Let me know if you want me to drop that into the folder. Let me know if you're a fan of this band and what other songs I should listen to. But yeah, I'll drop this into the folder if folks want me to, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Leave a comment, subscribe, do all those things that help the channel if you fancy it. And cheers. Bye for now.